huge thanks for everyone for joining us today. We've got Mike Territt that's joined us. We've got Tony Wood, Chief Operating Officer, and Charles Cuddington have joined us also. We were thinking of a way of actually introducing today of what to say. So we thought, rather than listen to me, why don't we listen to you? So we're going to roll a video of some of the people that have been involved in the V2500 through its whole programme. So if you did get videoed, you just might be seeing yourself in a few minutes. So let's roll the video and see what you guys said.
I'd like to welcome you here today for the build completion of 802, which you can all see from the poster is the first engine to be built by Rolls-Royce for IE. This engine represents 2 years of dedicated work by a superb team. And a lot of the people in the team are here today, and they've been fully supportive of myself as head of project.
We are at precisely 2 years from the point of certification. There's a lot in our heritage. We did the 535 E4 on a very tight time scale. We're leading the world on the 524 installations and the 747, and my God, we're going to lead the world with our 4 other partners on the V2500 as well. We must capitalise on that. It's a huge opportunity for revenues, which will help to support new projects which we develop in the future.
We started building engines in about 1988, production engines, and it was a very slow start. The first year, only 16 engines were built between ourselves and Pratt & Whitney. It took us 5 years to build the first 300 engines.
Well, the engine started off as an A1, and we did about just over 300 engines, and then we moved on to the A5. And within a short period of time, it was increased then to the 33K, which is what we're testing today.
Now we're running at 300 engines a year. 19 years on, we've now got over 3,000 engines out there in service and working.
It's the engine that sort of keeps us going, and the people who actually work on it know that. Just because it's not the most sexiest engine, and it doesn't grab the headlines that much, but the people who work on it know how important it is to the company, I think.
The project has certainly been a success in Derby, and so whilst there may be an element of sadness, that ought to be exceeded by the pride in what we have achieved here. And we're giving a good pass to our colleagues involved.
I think it's a fantastic product, solidly built. I'll say it was obviously with the variable vane technology at the forefront when it came out, and obviously it's carried on ever since.
I like it because it's a success. It's very interesting because of all the partners. It's not a Rolls-Royce engine, it's an IAE engine. And because of all that, it was so very different.
So to work on it and to deal with different nationalities was very enjoyable. Hard work sometimes, but very enjoyable, and a lot of fun as well we had.
It's a varied project really. It's the more involvement with the partner company aspect, rather than just a straightforward build area. Obviously you've got different build areas, different partner companies. Yeah, I guess once you get to know the project, you tend to stick with it.
I think you get more involved in it. With it being a partnership engine, you've got to talk to a lot of people, and you get to know a lot of people, and you do enjoy being on it.
I mean, it's almost like a family business, it's contained, and people who have been on it seem to stay on it for a long time because it is a good project to work on.
It is very much like a family business, but not only a Derby family business, it's an international family business. We have friends in the States at Pratt & Whitney that I've known since 1991 and have remained firm friends.
This is the delivery of the 2000th engine. Our part in this obviously stretches back over many years, and Rolls-Royce is really proud of the part that we've played in this. We're really proud of the success of the programme. We think that it's a great product, it's a great team, And I guess the good news is that there's plenty more business out there to go at, and we can look forward to doing another 1000th engine at some point in the hopefully not too distant future.
I think the volumes have increased over the years from 3 to 4 a week to 5 a week, and 5 a week was a big stretch for final assembly here. And we took that mental decision to put it onto a flow line. Were we capable of building a 5 a week? Big step for us down here. We got to 5 a week and we maintained that throughout the period.
We turned quite a difficult arrears situation around. They went on to build like a really fast engine, which the entire engine was 8 days, but in particular down here the final engine assembly part, that was 4 days, 10 hours, which is a phenomenal achievement. And all of this carried out with sort of the utmost of sort of professionalism, which is it's been very impressive to see and to work with.
The HP compressor module build still stays in Derby. Obviously they've done a lot of good work on the build line to create a flow line to build the compressor, so that one is staying here.
It's just a good engine to work with. It's compact, it's easy to manage, gives us very little issues as regards quality from my point of view. So it's always been a good engine to work on.
Everybody who worked on it tended to take a great deal of responsibility and ownership of the engine.
And pride as well.
It's been a steady engine, we've churned them out quite easily. Very good engine, we've not had a lot of problems with it.
The V2's been a good engine to us at Derby, very good engine.
It is a good engine, yeah. It's been around for quite a few years now, so it's got proven history.
With the flow line coming on, you know, that's a big change. It's a totally different way we're building it now. You know, we do it in different stages now, whereas we used to just have the module and we'd build it where it stood. So, you know, it's been a big change. I think it has worked, you know, we seem to be getting it out the door quicker.
People who've gained that experience and been part of that team have sort of not just gained engine knowledge just on that specific programme, but they've also gained a sense of this well-being and sense of this ownership in terms of the V2500, and then transferred that into the Trent family of engines, which has been a real bonus for ourselves here in final assembly.
You know, without the revenues that the V2500 and the 211, the 524, 535 have generated, you know, the investment in the Trents would have been a lot harder.
It's been a fantastic ride because I've enjoyed, partly because I've been an Italian and Fiat been involved in one of the starting countries. I felt more attached to this engine probably than any other one, so I was quite enthusiastic to be a part of it, really. And all in all, it's just absolutely fantastic. I feel sorry to see it going because I've enjoyed every minute of it working in it, really have.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for a good 20 years of real excitement and some pretty good boredom in the last few years compared with the early years. The V2500 had a slow start in terms of volume and production, largely because we had so many problems. You know, it took us a while to establish the credibility. The A5 engine has done that, winning in United, then eventually winning back some Lufthansa business on the 321s. All the business that came then with BA, the Three Amigos, JetBlue, who weren't even called JetBlue when they started, they were called New Air. So the V2500 has gone from strength to strength, almost exponentially, and it's easy to miss it. Charles stood up at the 2000th engine in September 2002, and we're less than 4 years later, we're at the 3000th, and I think it'll be more like 3 years before the 4000th, and then hopefully on to the 5000th. And how many programs can you say that about? Probably the third most successful program in history in terms of volumes, out of all the programs that have ever been launched. And what I would like to say, I'd like to say a big thank you to the whole of the team here on the production side, on the project side, for, first of all, delivering that over the years, and delivering it in a drumbeat sort of way. You know, there's been a lot less emotion at the customer end on the V2500 than we've had on deliveries for many other products, even though it's our biggest volume. And it sort of says something like, when you can grab the volume, get your heads around making it work, it's a pleasure to have that as a program. And I think the V2500 has shown us that we can do large volumes. And that'll stand us in great stead for eventually its successor, when that happens sometime in the next decade. I'd like a special thank you to all of you that have worked on the transfer of the engine to Germany. I think, you know, on the first day of that announcement, I'm sure people are thinking, why are they doing this? I don't like it. But as everybody understood the reasons why, I think everybody's pulled behind it, and without, you know, a lot of cooperation, and transferred that in an exemplary manner. So thanks to all of you. I can hand over to Gaz now, because we obviously need to get a photograph.